Are you going to talk? Are you talking?
I didn't even know there was a meeting.
It's a meeting at 2 o'clock.
Yes, man. Super good. Like, you should be in there.
Okay, so I heard it's really good. Ready to get started? It's past 2.
You can start. You've got a quorum. We've only got 2 items. Please handle it. I'll delegate the secretarial work to Mr. Walker.
Okay, this is the special board meeting Thursday, October 19th at 2 o'clock. Call to order at 2:07. Roll call. President Rich Schaefer is here, Vice President Nancy Taylor is here.
Jeff Walker's here.
And the treasurer is just outside the room. So we do have a quorum. Public comment. Danny, one more time, did you want to say anything?
I didn't even know you all were having a meeting.
Then the only other person on the list is Joe. Would you like to speak?
I'm here. Nice to be here with you all again. I have here a couple of documents that I'd like to give to you all. And this is, it says, we, the undersigned members of the Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation, request the WWC initiate a removal proceeding of Board Director Jeff Walker at its earliest convenience. The WWC bylaws prescribe in Article 8, Section 9, that a director may be removed by majority vote of all members. Any member, officer, or director may present charges in writing against the director with the security treasurer of the corporation. If presented by a member, the charges must be set aside, signed by at least 10% of the members of the corporation. And the charges for Mr. Walker are as follows. Mr. Walker has refused to comply with the Texas Public Information Act. The act requires him to release his correspondence to any member of the public about the operations of the Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation. Mr. Walker acknowledged the request, saying, I had nothing to hide, and refused to produce his correspondence. The Burnett County Attorney made inquiry about the matter and recommended a complaint be filed with the Texas Attorney General. Failure to comply is a criminal offense. Mr. Walker has failed his legal responsibilities and should be removed from his position on the WWC board. So this is, now they said that you're going to serve as designate treasurer, so I'm sending that to you. And then I have one more petition. It reads the same at the beginning, but I'm going to give you the charges. Mr. French has on 2 occasions caused the WWC to commit violations of the Texas Open Meetings Act. In 2018, such violation cost the company more than $100,000 in litigation costs to protect itself from litigious members, including Mr. French. Now he has created a similar violation of the act. Mr. French interrupted the business process of producing clean, safe, adequate supplies of water by unilaterally stopping payments on checks to the water company during the summer's drought. The water company has benefited from this company since the early 2000s and never before interfered with its ability to conduct its business without interference. Mr. French took this action without cause or notification of his action to the members or his other board members. Mr. French has also failed to comply with the Texas Public Information Act, refusing to release his correspondence about the operations of the Windermere Oaks Water Supply Corporation. Complaints against Mr. French have been brought to the Burnett County Attorney and the Texas Attorney General for remedy. So for these reasons, Mr. French is breaching fiduciary responsibility to act in the best interest of the corporation and its members, and should be removed from his position on the WLWC board. Mr. Secretary Designate, I'm submitting that to you. Hopefully you'll give that to Mr. French. That's the end of my comments.
Thanks, Joe.
All right.
I'm in charge.
Okay, if there are no other people wishing to speak, we'll close the public comment portion of the agenda and move on to deliberation and decision of Part A, develop a board resolution concerning a response that is, I think we should move on to number B first. We'll do B first, consideration and vote on the proposed settlement of Roanoke County 33 Judicial District Cause number 48292 and related appeal. That there is a proposed, there's been a proposal made by, and accepted by, I guess, the lawyers, May's lawyers, and our lawyers have looked it over, and this is a settlement agreement. And however, since the water company is listed in the lawsuit, it has to be approved by the board to accept this settlement. Basically, an outcome of this settlement would be that we would get $35,000 from Ms. Martin towards our costs or our legal expenses. And so, does anybody want to talk about this some more?
No, I'll make a motion to approve this proposed settlement.
I deny the settlement.
I will second the motion then. Do you want to discuss this at all?
We can.
Okay, well, I mean, you want to deny this or something you'd like to say about that?
Yeah, I had a conversation with, as being part of the legal subcommittee. I talked to Lloyd Gosling at length about this. There was just no reason that it needed to be brought forth at today's meeting. I think we need to have a full membership present to discuss this, and I'd wait for the January, our next board meeting. He was okay with that, and he actually put in the response to the appellate judge that we can have until on or before November 6th. And I would like to just continue with that as I discussed with Mr. De La Fuentes. So it says, I have the petition right here. If anybody would like to read it. So, those are my reasons. I think we need a full membership in here. Anything voted where any money or anything needs to be in front of the membership.
This isn't about money. This is settling this lawsuit that's been going on for years. And the plaintiffs are the ones that have withdrawn their appeal. And so it's just an acceptance of their moving forward based on the judge's ruling and then them not moving forward with the appeal. This is coming from the plaintiffs.
I understand what it is. Dorothy, I have a copy of it right here. I have a copy of it right here, and I've talked to at length with Jose and Lloyd Gosling about it. So, yes, for my vote, and again, my reason, I think anything related to legal issues need to be in front of the membership, regardless if it's just to say, hey, let's get this thing settled and move forward. I'd like for the membership, because this is a member-owned corporation, to be able to hear what's going on and be made aware of it. That's all. So,
You're right, it is member-owned, but it is also board-run.
but we represent the members, and that's,
Right.
we're voted in by the members.
So,
That's something that we fail to recognize, that these people voted us here and we represent them. So they should be able to participate and discuss it greater than what
Did y'all send an agenda out?
I can be.
Yes, there was an agenda.
Agenda sent out in the
Renee
email like,
Jeff sent it out.
no, in an email like normal? I sure didn't get it. Did you know there was gonna be a meeting here?
No.
No one knew there was a meeting
Yeah,
here.
I didn't get one.
Renee and Jeff called this.
No one knew there was gonna be a meeting here.
Okay.
Renee and Jeff called the meeting. This is why we're
Yeah,
here.
no,
There are members here. Mr. Walker
is acting as though there aren't members here.
I'm not acting as they're now members, this is not, this was
So
a
anyway,
special
so let's,
members meeting.
okay, let-
And members are here.
so,
And I just choose, I want more members here, you know, Joe, so.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take the vote. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Nay.
Okay, so the motion carries. Next item, 4A, develop a board resolution concerning a response that is due by October 27, 2023 to Texas Public Utilities Commission Administrative Law Judge Marks about the commission staff's petition in docket 55454 that addresses whether WSC has been failing in their actions required per Texas Water Code 67.007 and 13.002.
Well, I don't know.
Because they didn't send it out.
Is there a resolution that's proposed? I don't know.
Sent you guys an email of what we should be doing about it.
That
Was there a resolution?
Was there a
No.
motion?
No, I'm still crafting the response. The response doesn't have to go until the 27th. And the response it is a non-legal response. It's what I stated in my email to everybody, that I got 0 response back. It's them just doing an audit of us to see what they found. And that's all it is. How do we fly better? What we're doing out there shows the PUC that we're flying better.
Well, it's called an enforcement action, so
It's
that
not,
means it's
So
an
Jeff-
enforcement action.
they can't take it over.
Okay,
But
so
see, you guys need to spend some time with me and educate yourself.
Well,
It's compliance and
that-
enforcement.
so-
They can't sit in there.
So that's the thing. You filed this complaint. Now the PUC, you've been in touch with them. You said at the last meeting that you're all over this.
Yep.
But you haven't shared with us what your discussions with PUC has been to educate us. You're saying we need to learn from you.
Here's the
You haven't
filing,
said.
Yeah, there's the filing. There's the
Stay
filing.
away
If you've read the filing, Dorothy, the filing is, if you've read it very clearly, they came out with recommendations to us. And they're asking us, what are we doing as far as a plan? I have only spoken with the PUC in regards to clarification of some things in there.
So
The
if
first
you
thing
have-
is,
If you have developed a response that needs to go to them, why, I mean, you put this agenda together, I thought you would be having a
no,
resolution.
I'm not, because I'm not done with the response yet. I didn't put that was put together to talk about it. I know my name's on it.
Okay.
But to talk about what we're gonna do on it, are we ready to submit that response? No, we have till the 27th.
Okay.
And what it entails, and what it entails is basically what I outlined in my email to everybody. There's no threat. The PUC is not threatening us. They're not gonna come in and take us over. They're not gonna do that. And you can disagree all you want, but
All I can say is that you've set this in motion and you're telling me it's nothing to worry about, although it's called an enforcement action.
But no, it's not. It's
That's-
compliance and enforcement. There's no action.
Compliance and enforcement. that's right.
But it's not action. All they're asking us to do was, here's a summary that I gave them. I said, okay, let's talk about, and remember in my email, I said this was based upon information that they obtained from April of 2022 until about 6 months ago. It takes that long to get through the PUC. I explained that to you in my email. I said, so some of it, they're not aware of. They're not aware of that Frank Riley ran the last election and some of the election procedures that we've enhanced, upon. They have not been aware of the enhancements we've done in this latest removal petition as far as how we're running that. They're not aware of it. Once I described that to them, briefly they're like, oh, that's great. That's what we want to see. That's the compliance issue. So if we comply to what their recommendations are, there is no enforcement. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. There is no enforcement. It's not a legal precedence. There's no legal, they're not suing us. We're not a plaintiff. We're not a defendant. We're nothing. All they're doing is they're coming to us and giving us a free audit of our operations on how we run things and say, tighten these things up based upon Texas Water Code, our bylaws, and Texas law.
And so you're developing a response to their
Yeah, I have a response like 3/4 of the way, and I was gonna bring it to the board, send it out, everybody can read it before it gets published. But, you know, it takes time to respond to that. But there's a lot of things that are positive that we've done. Positive.
So does the board need to vote on that before it goes to them?
Not necessarily. I'm part of the legal subcommittee, and in the past, legal subcommittee has issued
No, they
things.
the legal subcommittee does not have authority.
Yeah, they do. I can bring up precedents that happened in the past where the legal subcommittee has done that in other meetings, Rich, and I'm not gonna have to go there with you about it because I've done my homework. We can submit it. We can submit it as just a simple reply. You know, Joe, you can laugh, but you're listed in there as part of it.
So Joe,
feel free.
So, Jeff, when are you gonna be ready to present us with something we can look at?
Probably by Monday of this next week. So that's why, you know, we can talk about it, but we don't necessarily have to rule on it.
All right.
So that's all.
I think I will call another meeting for next week then,
Okay.
just to talk about that issue.
Yeah.
And also the insurance issue, which is also needs to be addressed. That's the new business.
The insurance is what?
Insurance, property insurance is coming due
Oh.
26th, and so we need to approve that. So I'll call a meeting for those two items. That's the new business.
Well, why don't you call a meeting and have an audit on it too? What do you think about that, Rich? Let's get that audit going.
I think probably next week, maybe Tuesday. Can we do a meeting on Tuesday?
I'll try to have it done by then. Why don't you do it later in the week?
Wednesday?
I mean, just give everybody some time to digest what's going to be
How
published.
about Thursday? What day is Thursday? Is that too late?
Yeah, all the names are there.
So-
Either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot for Tuesday.
I mean, another thing you can do, if everybody wants to, you can just ask for an extension. There's not anything that's pressing that they need. Spend some time reading that and spend some time talking to them. There's nothing pressing. If we wrote back and said, we can't make the 27th because of the following reason, the PUC is going to go, great. We're just going to push everything back.
So Jeff, I'm sorry if I don't believe you like I would believe a legal,
That's
a lawyer in this case. So
But
when we're dealing
there's no
with
legal
the
precedent.
PUC, when we're dealing with the PUC and it's been issued by lawyers, and I think that
Feel free to contact me. Why don't you get on the phone with who submitted it and ask her questions? And say, hey, what do we need to do on this?
That's a novel.
It's basically what I said, fly right and fly straight.
I'd like to make a motion that we ask for an extension if Rich, after you touch base with the PUC lawyers, they say that an extension is acceptable.
Why do we have to have legal involved in something that they just gave us things to look at?
if we submit a comment about doing an extension, they could ignore it and then say we didn't reply before the date.
Wow, how can they ignore it?
Because they don't have to look at it until the 27th, and then they say.
I even asked them a question, Rick. I even asked them a question, excuse me, Dorothy. What happens if we don't reply? Nothing happens.
Okay.
That's
so-
the point, nothing happens.
So can you send and give us the information so that Rich can call the PUC?
Yeah.
Okay, and
I'll-
so Rich can make a call and then we can figure out
Exactly.
what to do from there.
We can get on a conference call, Rich, you and I you can ask those pointed questions.
Okay.
But as
I'd like to
part of the
preload.
legal subcommittee, that kind of falls under my
Exactly.
realm, and I talked to Anderson about it.
If you can get it delayed.
I'd like
get it delayed.
to preload the discussion with a motion and potentially a second that after your discussion with PUC, an extension is acceptable, that you have full authority to request that extension as of now our discussion. Is that a second?
Hang on a second. Who on this board has read that?
I have.
Okay. Who else on the
I
board?
read
has
it a month ago.
Okay, so I'm just asking, Rich, I'm just asking a question. Dorothy,
I've read it as well.
have you read it?
Not the whole thing.
Okay. I think it kind of needs to be read by the board because it's not anything that is pressing. I mean,
It's not even everything that's true. There's a lot of false statements.
So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Rich? You gonna like fight it in law? There's nothing to fight.
Okay.
So you have objective evidence
Yeah.
of the
All
fact
right,
that the
come on.
PUC statements in their petition are false?
Yes.
Would you
So
present
what are you
those?
gonna do?
But not
What are you gonna do?
true.
would you present those so that we can discuss them now?
No.
Well,
You're not
that's the thing. Well, that's the thing, Rich. You've had a petition for a while. Nothing has been commented back that these are falsehoods. They're not, even if they were, all the PUC wants to do is make sure we're flying right by our bylaws and the Texas Water Code law. That's it. That's all that is. There's nothing to report about.
Renee started a motion that said authorizing the board to take the action to make an extension for this case, for this thing. I'm fine with the legal committee having authority to go through and call them up and extend this, push it out to a further date.
Fine.
Move it is made, do we have a vote on it?
That's the motion. Do we have a second?
Yep, second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so you have the authority to call them and extend this. If they don't extend it, I need to know.
They're going to extend it. I've already asked them that question. I'll make it happen.
Can you let me know on Monday?
But you have to remember, this is not a legal thing.
All right.
And if you want to set up a conference call with their lead attorney, I'm more than happy to put Mary on the phone with you and have a discussion about what this really is.
So I will still add a new business item on the meeting for Tuesday to discuss this, but hopefully
Was
the
it Tuesday or
discussion.
Wednesday?
Tuesday. We said
She
Tuesday.
said Wednesday.
We said Tuesday. We said
Okay.
Tuesday. So I will put this on the agenda for Tuesday, but hopefully it'll be a no-op because you'll come back and say that it's been.
All you have to do is file an extension by the 27th.
All right.
Super easy.
So, we got the next meetings.
Can you have your falsehoods that are in there by the time we meet as a board? Again, so we can hear what your objections are to what they're saying in there?
I don't have an objection to what they're saying. I have objections to the stuff that was provided them.
They provided,
No.
I didn't provide them shit. I didn't provide them anything.
I don't want to get into this.
They did it all from the rate appeal.
Let's go.
So the last thing is, I believe, is just call the.
Mr. President, I just want to make sure that Mr. Walker will hand the petition.
Oh, yeah, I've had it twice. It's on video.
All right, good.
Okay.
So, I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. I will second that. All in favor?
I'd like to have some discussion. So any discussion of adjournment is, the motion's on. You have stated that there were falsehoods, there were untruths in the PUC statement. I'd like to find out specifically what those falsehoods are, and would you present them to the board at the next time the board meets? Capitalized with objective evidence of the fact that those were falsehoods that have been presented by the PUC.
That's a new business item, in my opinion.
Well, we already moved
I'd
past.
like to make a motion that we get that information. Would you second it?
Well, we're already in the current motion, and so do you want to not adjourn the meeting? Is that what you're saying?
No, I want it, no.
Any discussion
of
over
your
business?
business?
Did you receive and read anything in Robert's Rules of Order written by Brigadier General Roberts in the U.S. Army? I gave you the book. Did you read it?
No, I did not read the
If
book.
you would, please. You're the president. You're supposed to run this according to Robert's Rules of Order.
So, we can, you can not adjourn the thing, and you can open up a new motion, but there's not a motion about asking questions about adjourning is,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
You're
opened it up
patently wrong.
to not adjourn, to open it up back to
so
new
we're
business.
not adjourning at this point in
Yeah.
time,
We're not adjourning.
because I don't think we'll have the vote. So,
Rich,
everyone-
hey Rich, why don't you just let Joe compile a list of everything that's wrong?
I
Okay.
think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since it's an indictment of the
If you would
board.
ask Joe to help you compile that list of the falsehoods that you're claiming are in the PUC petition.
So you would like to add as new items, new business items to discuss falsehoods in the.
Now,
Yes.
I make a motion that you present and document it with objective evidence. The falsehoods that you just stated are in the PUC petition.
Okay. But we'll add that as a new business item, agenda item. Okay. Now can we adjourn this meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Approved. Aye.
All right.
Thank you.
Woo. See you later, Joe. Goodbye, Joe. Goodbye.
Have you read the bylaws again? Do you understand it? Let me ask you this question. Have you read the bylaws and do you understand it?
No,
Just answer the question.
I'm not giving you mine, I'm not giving you a petition that was just given to me, you should get it from the,
He was giving it to you as the secretary.
That's correct.
yeah.
And now, but since.
And now I'm giving it back to the secretary who joined the meeting. He's the
I'm
secretary.
charged. The person who is the secretary has to keep it. The bylaws clearly say he has full authority and charge to
But the
him.
reason I'm asking is, he's charged as well. And it's because both of you are charged, the petition should come to the.
I do not see a charge on him.
There is, you weren't in here.
Show me the file. Right here.
So yes, I'll let it.
Hey, you got the compliance filing? Read it.
I got mine.
Read it. It's all about your failure.
So both of you have been,
But keep it up. You're doing a great job. Back up.
You back up.
Back up.
Stay away
Back
from me.
up. Back up.
please,
Back up.
will you please not intimidate people?
Back up.
I am backing up.
There you go. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm not the one that's been on this board for 15 years, spent $2 million.
No, get a life.
Goodbye. You.